Hey everyone, and welcome to the very first YouTube live of the smoking section. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Shaun Monroe. I've been in the tobacco business for probably about 3 to 4 years now, just being an active smoker, and I just started working at a cigar shop myself. Um, I've been pretty consistent with just trying different cigars and learning more about different cigars, and I decided to try and go through YouTube to try and get some live videos out. I did a lot of Facebook live videos on different cigars. If you would like to check those out, you can always go to uh, Facebook groups, and the group is called The Smoking Section. So if you guys want to give it a check it out, see what's going on, and if you like it, hit a follow, hit a subscribe, and we're going to be doing more and more of these YouTube lives. So I'm really excited about it. Real quick, right off the bat, Jay White saying, "What's up, buddy? How's it going, Jay? Good to see you, man, and thank you very much for stopping by." So, for my very first stream tonight, I picked out a really good cigar that I've been dying to try. And if you see anybody in the background, that's my father. He's my smoking buddy. He's also like my best friend. He's a really great partner when it comes to just smoking different cigars and hanging out. So he'll be in the back with me, just kind of hanging out while I'm doing a cigar review and just talking about the cigar. So don't be alarmed. I'm not getting robbed. I promise. Peace, Love, and Guns says, Peace, Love, and Guns is in the house. So what's going on, man? David Boutwell looking pretty dapper tonight, brother. Yes, so if you guys were wondering why I'm looking so dapper, and you guys might not be able to see the color too well, but I'm wearing my pink tie and my pink and blue checkered shirt because tonight is a very special night to kick off our first YouTube live stream, not only with a great cigar, but with a good cause as well. So, if you go to the smoking section on Facebook groups, you'll see that I had started a donation page. I'm going to be doing a donation page for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Breast cancer affects a lot of the people that we know, a lot of the people that we love, even some of the people that we might work with or just live next to. And I thought that it would be really nice as a cigar smoking community to be able to come out and just try and do our part to help the community. So I made a GoFundMe link in the smoking section on Facebook that if you guys would like to try and donate something, I know that times are tough right now with COVID-19, and I know that some people aren't necessarily working. They might just be getting by. Please don't feel obligated to donate. This is just something that I felt really near and dear to my heart, considering we have Breast Cancer Awareness Month right now, and I figured that it would be a really nice time to try and get involved with trying to get something out there just to show the support of the smoking section and a lot of cigar smokers such as ourselves. So I'll be making comments about that throughout the stream, but right now we're going to be getting right into lighting up this cigar. I picked a really good one, I think. And real quick before I do that, Peace, Love, and Guns also shared to our Facebook community. So thank you very much, Peace, Love, and Guns. And Eric, what's going on, Eric? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. So tonight's choice is the LFD. So this one is a really nice. This is the Tubo Maduro number 6. And I am really excited to smoke this cigar. One of the smoking section members actually gifted me this cigar. If he comes into the stream tonight, I'll say his name, but if not, I don't want to throw his information out there right now on YouTube for the first time. I'm still getting used to all this. So as you guys can see, it comes in a beautiful, almost like a mustard yellow and gold tube that it comes in, and it's a really nice looking cigar. This is going to be the Maduro that I'm smoking. They also have a natural that they produce as well, but I wanted to go with the Maduro tonight because I was feeling a little spicy. So as you can see, the LFD has a beautiful, and you really probably can't see it too well with the glare. I got to work on my lighting. That's one thing I'm going to be working on as we continue on, but has a very nice, just gold and black wrapper. The LFD is more along the lines of lifted print. where you really can't see it too much unless you get up and close and personal with it. But the La Flora Dominicano is going to be an amazing smoke. I can't wait to jump into it. To cut it tonight, I'm going to be using my flat cut by CIGAR, which is the one that says come and get it. And I'm really, really looking forward to lighting this bad boy up. So I'm going to do a flat cut real quick. And that looks beautiful. And also I'm going to be using my Vertigo lighter. This one is called the Dagger. It is a 2-burn or a 2-torch lighter, just enough to get the job done. And it does a really nice job. It's very precise, and I actually really, really enjoy using this. You can really get in there with it. So I'm going to just torch the bottom a little bit if I cannot blow out my flame. I'm going to just torch it up a little bit on the bottom just to kind of get it started. And mainly the reason why I do that is I like to just kind of warm it up, get it started, and then I'll actually blow through it and blow out anything that was in there at first. And then I'll go ahead and I'll light it. Now that is a really good cigar right from the first puff. I have known about LFD for quite some time now. It's one of our top sellers in the Smoking Dog, the cigar shop that I work at. LFD has so many different types of cigars, and each one of them I just feel is just an amazing cigar, to be honest with you. LFD does a really nice job. Everything within this cigar right now, everything is from the Dominican Republic. The filler, the binder, the wrap, everything is from the Dominican Republic. With this cigar, you're going to get little hints of cocoa and a little bit of cinnamon with it. You're going to get a lot of that coffee and pepper taste with it being a Maduro. And let me tell you, it is a beautiful, beautiful cigar. Excuse me. Sometimes a Maduro gets me a little burpy right off the beginning, so you'll have to excuse me with that. But I'm going to tell you, this cigar is just, and it's really, really nice. It has a really nice fill to it, a really nice feel to it as well. And I love how easy it is to pull on. And it's just very, very rich in flavor. I'll just kind of heat up a little spot right there so that way I don't have that go canoeing on me. But the cigar is just beautifully built. I don't know if you guys can see it too well, but you really don't get too many veins in it. It's a very, very nice cigar that just has a beautiful oily wrapper look to it, without all of the oil that goes with it. The cigar is pretty much very, very dry to itself, but the flavor is all there, and it's a beautiful cigar that I absolutely love and adore. LFD has always kind of had a very special place in my heart, just for the sheer fact of the cigar company really takes a good deal of care in its cigars. And I absolutely love their cigars. I don't think I've ever had a really bad LFD, to be honest with you. I might have had one that might have put me on my butt a little bit. Not because I thought that it was too strong, but because it was so good that I just kept puffing on it, and I just kept going on and on and on with it, and I wound up getting myself sick for it. So their cigars are just that good when it comes to just flavor and consistency. I just absolutely love it. David Boutwell asking everybody how's it's going. Eric's answering back. So I really just want to kind of get into something real quick, with this being my very first YouTube video, as I continue to puff away on this beautiful stick. I did a lot, and I don't want to say like a lot, but I did quite a few Facebook videos, which is how I kind of got started with everything. And I had a lot of people that told me that they wanted me to try and maybe go a different route of YouTube, thinking that, you would get more views, more publicity, not just sharing your video through a cigar group. And, I love both ways, to be honest with you. Facebook really helped me grow into something that I wanted to start with, and I've made a lot of great friends. Everybody that's in the chat right now, I consider family and I consider friends. And I just find it really, really awesome to be able to be sitting here on YouTube doing a cigar review, smoking cigars, doing something that I really love and enjoy, and just being able to do that. And with that being said, I wanted to take this opportunity for the first stream to be able to say that if you get the chance on the Smoking Sections Facebook page, in the groups, the Smoking Section group on Facebook, I put up a post for breast cancer awareness. I chose a really, really nice group to donate to. I'm not dealing with any of the money. I'm not, having people send me checks and then going from there. All I'm doing with that is I'm going to hit donate at the end of it. I'm going to have that running all October long. To see how much we can get for a really good cause, because who doesn't know somebody that has had breast cancer or knows somebody that is going through it right now, or the ones that were strong enough to survive and the ones that just kept fighting and fighting, and they're not with us anymore. And I want to do something to give back to the community, for everybody and anybody, and I want to try and use this platform to be able to do so. And not only do I want to use the platform to do it, but I really just want to enjoy making these videos and smoking really, really good cigars. And maybe we'll even find some that aren't that good. Everything on this channel is going to be absolutely raw. I'm going to give you my opinions. At the end of my cigar, I usually give them a rating, what I find them to be rated as, what I think that they should be rated as. And we just kind of go from there. And it's just a really nice time. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It's just all opinion and good time. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out to the first live YouTube video. And, hopefully we can just grow from here, and we'll keep smoking beautiful sticks, and we'll just keep doing our thing. So hopefully everybody can, have a nice time tonight. If anybody's smoking a cigar right now, let me know what you're smoking. Jay says that he's smoking a Cachitos GPC with a Miller Light beer. Very nice, man. I do like the Cachitos, man. They're a very small cigar, but they pack a lot of flavor into such a small cigar. And I know that a lot of the guys in the Smoking Dog love those. They come in a 5-pack, and you can buy them in singles as well. And those guys will buy up 5-packs all day long. So they're just really, really good cigars. If you ever get a chance, give them a try. They're called Cachitos. I'm sorry. Almost like Cheetos, just with a "ca" in the beginning of it. So as I continue with my cigar, I am getting little hints of cinnamon. It's a very, very subtle hint of cinnamon, and I'm really, really enjoying it. There's a little bit of cocoa right on the last part of the exhale, especially through the nasal exhale, that I'm getting a little tiny bit of that cocoa flavor with it. But the main ingredient that I'm getting here is just that coffee and pepper. And the cigar is just absolutely beautiful when it comes to just how it blends everything. I really enjoy the way that it blends everything so well. I'm not a big cinnamon person when it comes to what are they called? Red Hots and like even the Tic Tacs and stuff that have that cinnamon taste. I'm not a big fan of that, but this is it's very, very subtle, and I really, really enjoy the way that it blends with everything. And the nice thing is, it's not, for a Maduro, it's not very dependent on that pepper taste as well. It's a beautiful blend of just being able to enjoy the cigar and not feeling like it's too heavy on your palate. It blends everything really, really nicely, and the cigar itself just holds up so well. I really do enjoy this stick. It just has beautiful, beautiful flavor, and I couldn't be happier with it, to be honest with you. Eric says, I'm smoking a Rocky Patel 1992 vintage. Very nice stick as well. I really enjoy. Rocky Patel puts out a really nice stick as well. he has a lot of different sticks that I just enjoy smoking a lot of them. Especially working at a cigar shop, it's kind of hard to pick which one you want to smoke for the night, just for the sheer fact of there's so many good cigar brands out there, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful world that we live in, where you have so many options, so many different flavors, so many brands that you don't really have to stick with just the top 5 brands. There's so many out there, and we're going to be going through a lot more of them here in the smoking section. I can promise you that. David Boutwell says, "Does your dad smoke cigars also?" Yes, he does. Um, my dad and me have been smoking cigars for, oh God, how long have we been smoking cigars for? Yeah, he's been smoking longer than me, obviously, but yeah, he's been smoking cigars since about 2002. Um, I was smoking cigars probably a little bit before I turned 21, because my dad would let me like have one or two, just like, all right, you want to smoke one so bad, here, try it. If you like it, great. If you don't, sucks to be you. So me and my dad have been to a couple different spots. There's a place out in Easton, Pennsylvania called Famous Smoke Shop. I believe they also have the Leaf Cigar Bar that's right next door to that, and it is an absolute beautiful cigar store. We took a trip up there. It's about a 2-hour drive from where we live, and we just decided one day, we were like, hey, let's go up and have a cigar and get something to eat, maybe have a beer, and it's just something that me and my father can actually just bond over. It's at the end of a long day, I talk about my job, he talks about his, and we just do it over a cigar. And it's just a really nice fatherly experience to just be able to sit there with my father and just have that conversation where I know he's my father, but he's still like my best friend. And that's just really, really nice for me. What are you smoking tonight, by the way? Yes. So today I work with a bunch of guys that are of Spanish descent. One of them is from the Dominican Republic, and he actually brought me in 10 hand rolled cigars called Estrella cigars. They are from the Dominican Republic, and what made this so special was his father personally hand rolled them for me. He packaged them for me, put all the stickers on them. You'll be seeing a picture of that in the smoking section Facebook page at some point tonight. I didn't want to send that out and everybody think that that was the one that I was smoking, so I figured I'd wait. Um, but he sent me 10 of those, and I haven't smoked one yet. I'm really looking forward to diving right into one. But these are legit Dominican Republic cigars, right from the Dominican Republic. Oh, and my dad's going to let me borrow his stick for a second. I'm going to actually ash you for a second so I don't ash myself. And that is the cigar right there. It is the Estrella cigar. And this comes straight out of the Dominican Republic. It is a natural wrap cigar. Very, very mild cigar. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. But they are beautifully wrapped, and just the box was something that I haven't seen before. They actually used a piece of glass to slide over top of the box on top, to present the cigars, along with like the stickers that say like "Made in the Dominican Republic" and everything. So it's a really nice box. You'll be seeing a picture of that soon. David Boutwell says that's a great father and son time. I enjoy it with my son too. And I think that that's important. Even if you have your son, or even if your daughter smokes, a lot of women are getting into cigar smoking now too. And I absolutely love that. Um, whether it's a husband and wife team, or a husband and, or a son and a father, or a mother and son, or whatever combination you want to put together. I think it's important just to be able to kind of sit down, especially over a cigar, and sit down and just kind of relax over the night. Step away from the TV, because we all know everybody watches the news when they get home. Step away from the news, step away from the dramas, there's enough drama in the world. Sit down, light a bonfire now that the weather's getting a little cooler, light up a cigar and just talk about your days. I find that to be really important, and it helps a lot of people get things off their chest that they don't feel comfortable asking if the TV is on. So I definitely enjoy my time with my mother and my father whenever I just get to sit down and have a cigar and relax and just talk about our days. So as I'm kind of getting into the end of, or almost the end of my first third with my cigar, the cigar is pretty much staying very, very consistent, other than the pepper has kind of mellowed out. Um, it's not a very in your face kind of pepper like it was in the beginning. And the pepper wasn't even really in your face, but it was very prominent in the beginning. And with this cigar, it's just kind of not fading, but it's kind of just melting in with the rest of the flavors that I'm tasting. It's not trying to get first place, and it's not trying to jump in front of everything else. It's doing a really, really nice job of just being able to melt right in with the other flavors of cinnamon and, the coffee and the cocoa as well. And it's just kind of helping to support those flavors. It's really taking a nice turn, and I really am enjoying how it didn't happen so quickly. It didn't happen very abruptly. It did a very nice job of just molding itself in. Uh, B Vogt 2113. Look at this dapper gentleman. Yes, for those of you that are wondering why I'm looking so dapper with my pink tie and pink and blue checkered shirt, it's because I'm doing a donation drive for my very first YouTube video, my very first YouTube stream. Yo, what's up, Brian? Uh, you know, it, the the vote now I see it. It's not Vogot, it's vote. B vote 2113. What's up, Brian? So if everybody was wondering why I'm looking so dapper or why I'm wearing a pink tie, it's because I'm doing my donation drive for Breast Cancer Awareness Month this month, which is October. If you go to the Smoking Section Facebook group page, I have a link right there that you can donate to. I'm going to let this run all of October, and we will make a stream for one of the last days when I hit donate, and I'll probably hit donate on stream. I'm trying to get as much as I can to donate to the Breast Cancer Awareness Fund, because I feel that for it being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I felt like we should do something to kind of give back to the community. You hear a lot of things that just a lot of negativity out there right now, especially on the news and everything. And I just wanted to be that bright light that helps out with everything. And I would just really enjoy giving back to the community. So if you want to donate, or if you know people that would like to donate, please share the link, share this video. If you're first time here, you can always hit subscribe, hit the little bell to get notifications when we're going live. And we're going to keep putting videos out. I'm going to keep rolling ahead and just rolling forward and forward. So that's all I can really hope to do. And I wanted to do something really, really special for this very first stream. I made the analogy of Facebook was kind of like the high school stage where your friends are watching and everything was kind of easy and relaxed, and making the jump to YouTube kind of felt like I went to Broadway. There are a lot of videos out there, guys that have so much knowledge and so much just input with cigars, and to try and even come close to their abilities to do these things is going to take a lot of work, and it's going to try and get me into a spot where I'm ready for the challenge to do so. But I'm really, really just happy that I'm sitting here on YouTube, hanging out with you guys, chilling out with you guys, smoking a beautiful cigar that is just holding up so well. And I'm really, really happy about this. So I can't thank everybody enough for, helping me out with this. And if you guys like what you see, like I said, don't forget to share, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to let you know that I'm going live, and everything will be great, And of course, David Boutwell has his own Facebook group as well. If you would like to know more about David's Facebook group, I would be honored if David would post his Facebook group in the comments. So that way, if anybody's looking for another Facebook group to join, please, with all means, just go and hang out with David on his page as well. Peace, Love, and Guns says he's on Broadway now. Let's hear you do some numbers from Hamilton. Next stream, I promise. I'll start practicing some Hamilton for next stream, and I'll get those out to you guys. And I'm sure nobody will leave the video when that starts up. I can guarantee it. I'll actually get more views by singing. And like I said, with the LFD that I'm smoking right now, the cigar is just doing a really nice job of just blending everything together. I'm really, really enjoying the stick. The cocoa and just the cinnamon aren't overpowering each other. The coffee is definitely present. I can definitely taste that more on the draw than I am the exhale. But the pepper is just doing a really nice job of just kind of supporting everything. And that, I think that makes it a really nice cigar, that everything's not fighting for its place on your tongue. I think it's a really nice thing that you're able to just come in and grab the stick and not really fight with it too much. It's a beautiful cigar to just sit back and relax, where you don't have to analyze a bunch of different things. And I really, really enjoy it. Yes, I'm drinking my drink out of a Tupperware cup. Tupperware makes the world go round, and I love it. So, no, I felt like some soda today. So instead of drinking a beer or something, I wanted to go for some soda, and I didn't want you guys to see my Mountain Dew Voltage in a clear container thinking that I was drinking something weirder than soda to begin with. So, and one thing that I am really noticing about the cigar that I never really noticed before is that even though it's a bigger ring gauge cigar, this is about a 52 or a 54, right around that range. It was a 5.5 inch cigar. Yes, it was a 5.5 inch cigar by 52 or 54 ring. It's not burning really quickly, which I find really, really nice, because when I smoke a cigar, I really like the cigar, I want it to last. And with this, it's lasting really, really nicely. I know that I'm not hitting it continuously or puffing on it continuously, but it's doing a really, really nice job of just staying consistent with the burn. If you can kind of see that, I have a couple hills and valleys, but nothing that's really going to, turn me off with the cigar. It's burning very, very evenly, and I absolutely love it. And the wrapper itself with that gold and black, I think, is just absolutely the sharpest thing ever. I always thought gold and black goes really, really well together, and I just love how it just pulls off with that oily Maduro-looking wrap that's on this cigar, and I just find it absolutely beautiful to just look at, to hold. It just feels good in your fingers, and it's a beautiful smoke, and it's not real feisty when it comes to puffing on it. It's a really, really nice cigar to be able to just take your time, relax, enjoy the night, and you don't have to worry too much other than just sitting back and relaxing. Only thing that I can say is, as I sit here and talk, I'm not getting as strong as a pull with the cigar. After, like, if you've noticed, I've kind of done a couple pre-puffs before I actually take a nice long drag off of it. And it's not that it's fighting me, but it seems like it kind of gets, I don't want to say cold, but it seems like it kind of loses that flair a little bit when it comes to letting it sit for a couple of minutes if you're talking with a friend or talking with a group chat. It does seem like it kind of loses a little bit of that heat. So I feel like I kind of have to keep, puffing up a little bit to try and get that nice pull off of it. But I mean, so far, everything's going really, really well with this cigar. And for those of you that are just joining me, if there's anybody new in there, I am smoking the LFD, the Tubo Maduro 6, which comes in this beautiful little tube, a little mustard and gold tube. It's a beautiful, beautiful packaging job. There's another one that does, there's probably a couple of them that do the tube out there as well, but the one that's coming to mind is the La Hora that does the multicolored tubes. I think that there's a yellow, a blue, a pink, like a lime green. And it's a really, really nice way to package a cigar. If you're looking to get a box of these, I believe that they come in a box of 5 and they're all individually wrapped. You're looking at about $72, depending on where you're getting them from. I think that they're very reasonably priced, especially for a good quality cigar. I know that, if you're going to go for a box of Padrones, I know that that's going to be quite pricey as well. But if you're looking for a really nice cigar that's not going to break the bank, $72 for 5 cigars, I think is a pretty nice price. And I think it does really, really well for itself. That was a La Hora. That was the La Hora. When we went to the famous smoke shop in Easton, I wound up buying my father one of the La Horas that come in the tube, and it was like a pinkish red tube. And that's what he was just asking me, which one was that we had smoked. But I got to tell you that this cigar is burning really, really nicely. And one thing that I've noticed, and I don't know if anybody else does this, but one thing I can say that I honestly do is whenever I puff on a cigar, I look down on the cigar. Unless I'm having a conversation with somebody, I will look down on the cigar just to see if some of the ridges that I have in there, if they correct themselves. And every time that I've looked down as I puffed on this cigar, everything does self-correct itself. And I just find that to be a really nice thing to do. I can't tell you how many times I've had to correct a cigar, whether it was a mislight on my half, or if the cigar just was wound a little tighter on one side than the other, and it was getting colder on one side. But just to be able to see a cigar that corrects itself and tries to even itself up is a really, really nice quality for me that I enjoy. And the cigar just, I don't want to say it keeps getting better, but it just keeps staying very, very consistent. And I really like that about this cigar. Um, I think that the way that it just blends everything together and keeps it that way, nothing really kind of overpowers it. Everything uh, that I've been tasting has just really kind of stayed in its place, and nobody wants to finish first. Everybody's helping each other get to that nice taste that we all know and love. And I really, really enjoy that about this cigar. Mm. And it's really, really, it's just the flavor. Just, I want to keep puffing on it, but I know I got to talk a little bit because I don't want anybody just to sit here and watch me puff on a cigar for 5 minutes until I feel like talking again. But it's a very, very easy going pulling cigar, and I absolutely love this cigar. Eric says, does the smoking dog have this cigar? Last time I checked, we were trying to get them in. I'm not sure if they came in yet, Eric. Um, so I'm going to go over a couple different things real quick because I don't know if anybody knows this, but I figured I'd share a little bit of information since I do work at a cigar shop. That right now, if you haven't noticed already, that the internet orders of cigars has gone absolutely mental. Um, Trying to find cigars that aren't sold out, even a 5-pack. If you were looking for a box, but you were like, I'll settle for a 5-pack and get a couple other ones, even the 5-packs are sold out. Right now, everybody is just trying to get cigars because they're worried about another shutdown. And the one thing I'm going to say about that is if somebody orders a cigar online and then a store is trying to get those same cigars into the store to sell to whoever's coming in, usually the way it works is the online orders come first. So if they have guys that want to order a 5-pack and they don't have any 5-packs left, they'll break open a box and they will stuff a 5-pack in it, and then they will send that out for the 5-pack. And then it doesn't shortchange because they're not going to send the shop a half open box, but then they have to kind of put the shop on back order because they're trying to fill their own orders, and they're going to put their own customers first, just like any other store would. You're going to put your customers first before you help out another store if they're low on things. So right now, internet orders have absolutely killed the cigar industry right now when it comes to a shop that you can walk in or a lounge that you like to go to. Some shops are able to get product. Mine is able to get product, but not everything that we want to get, if that makes sense. It's a lot more of the new stuff that's just hitting markets, a little bit of the old stuff that nobody's really picking up. So it kind of makes things. It's a very weird time for cigars right now when it comes to uh, how you buy them, where you can get them, and what is going on with can you get a box or a 5-pack or singles. So it's really a weird time right now for cigars, and I find that kind of funny, but at the same time it's a very weird thing for me being in a cigar shop for a little while and now feeling like I can't even get some of the stuff that I've been looking to try because so many things are sold out. So it's a very weird time right now. But if you are lucky enough to try and steal one of these, I would definitely give it a go. I would definitely light one up, especially like I would say this is a prime Friday night cigar. I feel like when the work week is over and you survive through it all, uh, this is the cigar that you can wind up rolling with. And it's just a nice way to say, hello, weekend. I survived the week, and I'm going to kick it off with one of these bad boys right here. And it's just a really nice cigar, and I think it's a beautiful looking cigar too. I just think that the black and gold with that oily Maduro wrapper just goes so well together, and I give it a lot of points for just the look. It's very basic, but it's also very beautiful, and I find that to be really attractive with cigars when it comes to which ones I'll pick up, which ones I'll kind of say maybe not that one, because it's like everything else that I've seen. So I got to tip my hat to them when it comes to just the tube, and then you open up the tube and it's like a present within a present. It's a beautiful cigar. So real quick, I'm going to go into a little spiel again. Sorry about that. But I am really trying to push for this donation drive. If you are able to go to the Facebook group page of the smoking section. Just look for the prayer hands with the chain and the cigar at the end of the chain. Look for that on Facebook. And if you go on there, if you want to become a member, we have tons of members. I have a lot of members that are sitting in the chat right now. Say hi, members. We have a lot of members in there right now, but if you're looking to make a donation for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, please stop by the smoking section and make a donation. If you don't want to do a donation, but you just want to support, that's absolutely fine too. Share the post. Maybe there's somebody in your group of friends that feels really strongly about it, and they might want to donate. Whatever you'd like to do, anything would help, whether it's a share or a small donation. Anything and everything will help. So I really, and see, there it is. Jay White is giving us a wave. He's one of our newest members that just came in. So thank you, Jay. Other members that have been there for a while, I'm surprised that you're not waving. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of disappointed in you guys. Tisk. But no, if you really get the chance and you want to become, part of the smoking section, I encourage it. I am the admin. My girlfriend Jessica is the like the vice president to the admin, so she can accept friend requests and everything too, and posts. If you have your own group, David Boutwell, I've said it before. He has his own group. Just hop on to his page and see what group he supports as well, and the group that he made up. He's actually got a really cool building project that he's doing. I believe it's a barn, if I'm not mistaken, a smoking lounge barn that he's been working on. So just go ahead and give it a try and see if it's something you like. There's tons of cigars, tons of people that can ask questions or answer questions, and of course, you'll be able to see the next time I go live if you like what you see. So what's wrong with that, Peace Love and Gun says he's the assistant to the regional manager, which that is true as well. He is the assistant of the regional manager. Oh, God. But you know what is not an assistant of the regional manager is this LFD. This LFD is an absolute beauty. I would make this the president of the smoking section because this is a really beautiful, beautiful cigar. There's David right there. Ashby Common Cigar Group up in central Massachusetts. So if you're looking for another group, or if you live in Massachusetts, David Boutwell's right up there in Massachusetts for you. So join Ashby Common Cigar Group and hit up David Boutwell and see if maybe you're close by. Maybe you guys bond over a cigar and he can grow his group, and there you go. Everybody's getting along. Everybody's chilling out. Yes, David Boutwell is a masshole. Notice how I didn't say the other word. Haha. Karen S.H. says, cigar solicit conversation. You see someone smoking a cigar and you feel intensely closer to them. And that was by Michael Strahan. And Stratham? Sorry, the words are kind of small on my page. I'm going to have to learn how to increase that. There we go. That's a little better. Thank you, Karen. Karen SH is always the group, what do you call it? The quote master of the group. She always puts a quote in. So if you're looking for a good quote to impress your friends with, ask Karen, because she usually has some good ones for us. So I got to tell you, though, with this cigar, I feel like I haven't gotten very far with it. I mean, I'm only about that far into the cigar, but I'm really, really happy that I haven't gotten as far as I thought I was, because I really don't want to put this cigar down. I put it down once to get a drink of soda, and I instantly regretted it because I instantly wanted it again. It's a beautiful, beautiful cigar, and I just love the taste. Everything blends so well with the cigar. I've honestly forgotten how well this cigar blends, and I've smoked this one many, many years ago, and I really couldn't appreciate it. And now that I'm smoking it for the first time since the first time, I'm just in love with this cigar. It's a beautiful, beautiful cigar, and everything just blends so well together. So a little cigar tip too, by the way. If you feel as though your cigar is not really hitting your, I don't want to say palate, but isn't really hitting that high mark that you thought it was in the very beginning, try blowing through your cigar. So I've kind of gotten it down to this point right here. Now, and it's still lit. I'm actually going to blow through the cigar and try and get all the stuff that's just kind of resting right within here. Anything that gets pulled through, and then after I was done with the pull, just kind of sat in there. You can blow that back out and kind of see if it gives new life to your cigar, if you can get that original taste back again. Now, see, with that one, the pepper actually got a little more prominent. So I'm wondering if, as I was pulling through and I just kind of had everything sit back down on it, if that affected any tastes that I could have been tasting right now through where I'm at with the cigar. So always give that a try. If you feel like your cigar kind of not fell flat, but if you ever feel like your cigar just kind of lost its edge, try blowing through your cigar again, seeing if you could try and give a little bit more light, blow out all the excess that was just kind of sitting in there, and just see how it goes, and see if that brings like a new life to the cigar, or at least the old life that you really enjoyed with it the last time. So give it a try, and you might be surprised. David Boutwell says, I always wonder if the tube increases the price point of a cigar, and if it makes a difference in the aging process. Well, I can tell you this much. So depending on the brand of the cigar, so I'm going to go with what was the one that I was just talking about the other day? What was it? I believe it was the LFD 25th anniversary, which is a $22.79 stick. And that was actually a lot more expensive than this one, and it didn't come with a tube. And I firmly believe that depending on if they want to just put it in a tube just to increase the price value, or if they want to put it in the tube just for looks to try and get somebody to grab for it, thinking, oh, this is the more expensive cigar, I'm going to go for that one. Um, I don't think it has anything to do with the aging process, to be honest with you. When you get one of these, and I should have saved it, but I didn't. When you buy one of these, inside the tube, it is actually wrapped in a thin piece of cedar. It is like, about, yay thin, and it has just about the same, width as the cigar. And I almost want to say that the cedar that it's wrapped in either helps it stay fresh and also kind of have that nice little hint of woodsiness to it that you might find in the cigar. But it's also for keeping the cigar nice and protected as well. Now, the difference between putting it in a tube versus just putting it in a box, obviously the tube is going to have a little more protection with the box, and the cigar without the tube is going to have a little less protection with the box. But from what I found, a lot of the different tubes, that, like especially like the La Hora tubes that were like a torpedo, not so much a rounded cylinder, is a lot of times it's for the look. Kind of like you said, if you have a cigar in a tube, you're thinking that it's going to be that really top shelf cigar that needs to be protected, and that might not always be the case. Cigars that get sold in tubes a lot of times wind up being, I don't want to say a calling card, but a lot of times cigar companies wind up putting cigars in tubes just because that's what they do. I believe that Camacho does a lot of cigar tubes as well. And I know Camacho has a lot of. Yeah, see, I just said that. Camacho does put a lot of cigars in tubes, and I always thought the Camacho was a reasonably priced cigar, to be honest with you. I don't think that it's on the high end of anything. I mean, I guess a couple of them can be, but I mean, a regular Camacho cigar is usually like a pretty affordable cigar, anywhere from like, $12 to $14 max, from what I remember. So I think a lot of it is just to try and get the buyer to see something that's in a tube and just kind of say to themselves, ooh, that's in a tube. That must be the good stuff, so to speak. And sometimes that's just not always the case. Yes. Okay, so we have official word. Um, a lot of argument, which this is I'm quoting word for word as to what my father just said, but he said a lot of argument says that the tube doesn't make a difference, but science has proven that a cigar will age slower if it's left in the tube. So there you go. That might be a little bit of a new thing to learn about. Which I mean, I always thought that it was a lot for just protection. I didn't really think of like an aging process within a tube. Um, I don't know if I would say that I agree with that, because I would think that the tube would close off everything that it needs, like for the if you keep it in the humidor or not. But I mean, hey, if science proves it, what's and there's okay, so there is one drawback. So okay, so if you get a tube cigar, make sure that it has not been opened and keep it closed until you're ready to smoke it. Because if you open it to get it acclimated, like with your humidor, and then close it back up, you got to keep an eye on it because it could cause mold. So there you go. Word from the wise. of the eastern net. Jay White says, will the cigar dry up in the tube? I don't believe this cigar would. I mean, I guess anything would dry up. It depends on if you have the tube in a humidor or not. If you keep the cigar outside of the humidor and it's not getting that humidity that it needs, there's a possibility that it probably would dry up. But if you, like I said, if you wind up taking the cap off the tube, so let's do a little demonstration real quick. So if you take the cap off the tube and you look at your cigar and you're like, ooh, that smells really good. Let me, let it ferment a little bit, and then I'll put the cap back on it. Keep an eye on it, because all of that moisture and humidity that's in there could cause mold. So you learn something new every day. D Hub from the 409 checking in. What's going on, D? Another one of our members checking in. How you doing tonight, D? Good to see you, brother. So I gotta say, I know I took off a couple points for feeling like I had to kind of do a couple extra puffs on it just to kind of get the motor going, I guess you could say, on this cigar. And I got to be honest with you, the closer I get to the band, I'm not having to do that as much. I don't know if it was because it was a longer stick, so as I didn't get a lot going through it in the beginning, but it's actually it's mellowing itself out where I'm not having to do that as much, and it's kind of corrected that issue. But the flavor is still very prevalent. It's very, very nice. After I did that blow through, it kind of gave life to all those flavors again. It wasn't like a masked flavor of everything, and it just brought a whole new life to the cigar. And I'm back to enjoying it the way that I was in the very beginning, not so much that I was a few puffs ago before I blew through it. And D says, "Good to see you, man. Love the outfit." Well, thank you, man. As you all know, and this is probably going to be like the last time I'm going to say this, so everybody just bear with me for a second. As you all know, I am doing a breast cancer awareness donation drive. So if you get the chance and you want to donate or share that link and see if other people will help this cause, I think that it's very, very important that us as a community, whether you're a cigar smoker or a whiskey drinker or a beer drinker or, whatever your poison may be, I think that it's very, very important that us as a community kind of does something to give back. And I think that it's a really, really nice thing that in a world where we have a lot going on right now, that it would be really nice for a good community of men and women who enjoy cigars, because this is the smoking section, could give back to all the mothers and wives and daughters and loved ones that we care about and that we know and that we just have a soft spot in our heart for. And I think that that'd be really, really important to do. So if you get the chance, this will be my last announcement for this stream. The donation drive is going to be going all October long. So if you can't do it this week and you want to wait till next week, or you want to wait until that next pay period, or whatever the case may be, and you want to give a little something, anything or everything will help. I know that I'm very new to YouTube. I know I probably should have done this on Facebook first before I went to YouTube with it. But if I kept doing Facebook videos and not going to YouTube, I probably never would have, because I got really nervous coming to YouTube to try and do this big stage that I feel like YouTube is. But we're going to make this go, and we're going to make this work. And I'm just really, really excited to keep going with it. And as we grow the smoking section and as we grow our group, I just hope that everybody enjoys the videos, and hopefully I just keep getting better and better with trying to get information out there for everything. So if you get the chance, swing by the smoking section on Facebook. Give us, a little bit of time. Check out the Facebook group. If you want to make a donation, go for it. If not, hey, there's no pressure at all. I just appreciate the support. And like I said, if you feel compelled, share the link for the donation and see if maybe somebody in your friends list or somebody in your group would be willing to maybe help us out. And that would be really, really awesome if you could do that. So that's the last thing I'm going to say about it for this video, I promise. We're only going to talk about the cigar and what's going on in chat, I promise. Jay White says, you're doing great, buddy. Thank you very much, Jay. I appreciate it. What's the cigar I'm reviewing again? This is the LFD Tubo Maduro number 6. And this is an absolutely amazing cigar. So far, what I've hit on some of the notes that I've found in it, I've hit a little bit of cocoa, a little bit of cinnamon. I've hit a lot of coffee and pepper throughout this cigar. And in the very beginning of the cigar, the pepper and coffee was very, very prevalent. Not so much now. That is not the case now. Right now, everything is just a beautiful blend of everything together. And it's just an absolutely joyous cigar to enjoy. Everything has blended really, really nicely. The cigar has burned so evenly. I know I have a few little hills. They're not even mountains. They're just a few little hills, but it corrects itself every time. And the cigar just does a wondrous thing of just being able to blend. You're not fighting it. The pull is very, very smooth. About halfway through the cigar, I wound up having a little bit of trouble with trying to keep that nice hot cherry on the end of it. I had to do a couple like pre-puffs before I took that nice long drag in. But now I'm not really having any of that problem. It's a very, very smooth cigar, and it's doing absolutely amazing right now. One thing I had to do just to kind of bring a little life back into it was I had to blow through the cigar just to kind of get some of the old smoke out of it. Not even the old smoke, but just the old flavorings out of it. And the reason why you want to blow through your cigar, if you ever get that feeling that something's being masked, that your flavors are there, but they're just not as prominent, is you want to blow through it because you want to have everything that's, stuck within here to kind of blow towards that cherry and kind of get burnt up. All that excess that's kind of in there that's just kind of sitting and maybe getting a little bit dragged through every time you take a puff. You want to blow that out and just kind of, start fresh again. See if that brings a little bit of life to your cigar, and hopefully everything will, brighten itself up. It'll start having new life to the cigar. So if you ever find yourself where your flavors just aren't hitting the way they were before, try blowing through it and see if that brings a whole new life to your cigar. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, my father just asked a really good question. He said that he's having a problem with his lighter right now. Every once in a while, it's not doing too much. He'll go to light it, and it seems like it's kind of having a sputtering problem. Whenever you have your lighter, so obviously I've shown mine in the beginning of the video. If I can not shake my table, that'd be great. You've seen mine. This is the one that I carry with me all the time. It's what I keep in my cigar pouch and everything with me. I always have it on me. I try to get my lighter to go all the way down. I try to get all that liquid out of it whenever I'm using it. And when I get very, very low, you'll flip your lighter upside down. So I'm going to drop this cigar. I'll be right back, baby. I promise. You're going to flip your cigar upside down like this. And you're going to take, if you have an old butane bottle that has nothing left in it, poke a hole in it and use that as your purger. So you're going to want to take that and you're going to stick that down in the bottom, and you're going to want to shake your lighter while you keep pressure on it. So that way you're going to get all that extra stuff out of it. So you're just going to have it down, you're going to shake it, you're going to make sure that all of it's out until you don't hear that anymore. Then you're going to want to go ahead and take your new butane that doesn't have a hole in it, because then there wouldn't be any butane in it at all. And you're going to want to take that butane, and once again, you're going to keep your lighter upside down. You're going to want to flip the butane over, and you're going to want to put it in there. Now, some lighters don't have a gauge glass. Okay, some of them it's going to be just by sight. It might be, you're going to hear that little bit of hissing, and it's going to, kind of go from a loud hiss to like a smaller hiss. Do not overfill your lighter. If you overfill your lighter, you're going to have trouble with lighting until you get a lot of that liquid butane out of there. So what I like to do is I like to keep a little tiny bit, like an eighth of an inch, not even that. It's going to be like a 16th of an inch off the top of the sight glass, for your lighter. So that way you have air, because when you strike that lighter, you're not burning the liquid, you're burning the gas that butane puts off, just like you would with a propane gas grill. You can pick up your tank and shake it, and you hear that rustling around in there. That's the liquid, but you're burning the gas. The liquid sits on the bottom and lets the gas up. Same thing with butane. So don't fill your lighter all the way up, but make sure that every time you go to fill up your lighter, run it down and then, purge it out. If you feel brave enough that you didn't use a lot, I don't purge mine every time. I can fill mine up a couple different times and then I'll purge it all out, so that way I get everything out again. But always try to purge your lighters if you can, just to try and keep them consistent, keep them fresh, and don't forget to clean them as well, because if they're in your pocket, if they're sitting inside the smoking lounge and you drop them or whatever the case may be, all those little burners can get bent and the igniter can get bent too. So always try and clean it. Always try and keep it like in a nice case where you don't have to worry about if you drop it or anything. So hopefully that will help you if you've ever had trouble with a lighter problem. Now, getting into this last third of the cigar, the pepper is back, and it's back with a vengeance. This is a Maduro, and I did not expect anything less. Usually, as I get to the backside of a Maduro cigar, all that nice flavor that I taste from beginning to about the midway point or until about up to the first third usually starts becoming a little less prevalent. It's going to be, for this one right now, where I'm at is a lot of just pepper. The coffee is more on the tongue, on the exhale. The cinnamon and a little bit of cocoa is not there as much. I really kind of have to search for it or leave the smoke in my mouth for a little bit to even try and get that little tiny taste of any of that. But the pepper is back with a vengeance, and it's still nice, but it is very, very strong on the back end of this, and it's a beautiful stick still. I really enjoy Maduros. I like that strong taste to a cigar. But if you are not big into a lot of pepper for your cigars, this might be one that you want to try and take away from. It's a beautiful stick, and if you're willing to be daring and want to try it, I highly suggest it. But always try and know your limits. And if you get down to about yay far with the cigar, you're going to start hitting a lot of pepper, and it might be something that you want to maybe try and just be aware of if you're looking to try this cigar. It's not a lot though. I mean, I got to be honest with you. It's not a lot of pepper. There's a few, very spicy pepper notes that I'm tasting throughout it, but I mean, it's not overpowering. But that might just be me. For my palate, I really enjoy something that has a lot of strength to it. So I really, I really enjoyed this stick. So I might not be tasting it as much as you would be tasting it. It might be putting you on your butt if you try it, but hey, to each their own. If you're a big Maduro smoker, this is one for you. If you're just kind of dabbling in Maduros, I would definitely give it a try, but just be aware of it. But overall, I'm going to be honest. I think it's going to be time not to end this, I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna edit my video and just kind of get everything situated while I finish up the last little bit of this stick. But all in all, I'm gonna give this stick probably a 4 out of 5 stars. I do a point system. It's not like something on paper, but like I would give things like I've given things like a 4.5 before, a 4.2. The few points that I've taken off for this was just the middle way through, kind of feeling like it. Even though I was talking, it still was letting off a little bit of smoke, like it was still hot, but having to do a couple extra puffs just to try and get it going again. I was going to take points off for that. It definitely has a beautiful look. Like I said, it has that nice oily Maduro wrapper. The band is absolutely beautiful. It tugged at my heartstrings with that golden black. And the cigar just had a phenomenal taste. And I absolutely love the way that it just blended everything together. And I'm just really, really impressed with just everything that this cigar has to offer. And if you ever get a chance to try this LFD, this is the LFD Tubo Maduro number 6. Give it a try. And definitely, I can't say it enough, definitely don't go in thinking that this is just another cigar. I would definitely put the LFD Tubo Maduro number 6 above a lot of cigars. But it's just a beautiful cigar. Everything about it, I absolutely love it. And I didn't want to put it down, honestly. I put it down like 3 times tonight, and that was only for drinks and for a demonstration. So that's pretty good. And Eric says, Maduros are my favorite. I trust your opinion, Shaun. I'll put it on my must-try list. Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it, man. I think this should be on everybody's must-try list, in all honesty. Even if you're not a big Maduro smoker, give it a try. Why not? I think that you would really enjoy the flavors with it. I think that you would really enjoy the price tag that comes along with it. It's a very reasonable smoke. Not an everyday smoke. I don't think that $12 to $14 a stick is reasonable all the time, but I would definitely give it a try. And like I said, let me know if you get a chance and this is your first time at the stream on YouTube, from my first YouTube stream. Go to Facebook and look up the smoking section and send a friend request. And if you have questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach me there. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a like. If you like what you've seen tonight, give me a subscribe, and also hit that little bell to let yourself know when I'm going live. From the smoking section, I think I'm going to call it here tonight, guys. For future reference, I try to keep my streams around an hour, with a little bit of time left over that I just kind of smoke the cigar and see how I did and everything. So hopefully everybody enjoyed the first stream. If you liked this video, give it a share. Share it on your page. Share it on your wherever social media is grand for you. And I just appreciate everybody's support and love. So hopefully the next one will be even better than this one. So I really appreciate it. But from the smoking section, I'm Shaun with the LFD, and I'm going to be signing off. As always, stay blessed, stay smoking, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you all for stopping out. Talk to you guys later. Bye.